Hey, what up guys? It is me, SearingSorrow, Imagery, and I'm back with another bad fanfiction reading. Today is gonna be Maudy feat. It's called She's Just Quiet, and then a bit of an ellipses. If that's supposed to be in the title, but who knows. Anyway, so here we go with this bad fanfiction. Clang, clang, clang. That's all you ever hear nowadays. In case if you have an alarm, unless you have an alarm clock. But I'm pretty sure most people have that since, I'm pretty sure grandfather clocks. Most of those types of clocks are kind of way back in the old days. Except I actually have a family member that still has one. I know, interesting. But it's cool, actually. I like it. Because mining on a rock farm is better than unemployment and living under Ponyville Bridge, addicted to crack, plus it keeps you in shape. The heck are you on? Oh. This author is off to a rocky start. Anon is your name. Is that supposed to be anonymous? Oh god, don't think of that hacking group, Anonymous, or there's that one Instagram account, Anonymous or something, that posts stuff. I won't go into that because half of the stuff might just be controversial, and then it's gonna end up being a war zone in the comment section, and that's the last thing I need. Unless if I get some good comedy, but other than that, let's keep it out. And you work with Pinky's crazy sisters and her parents in Midwest Iskatria. If that's how you pronounce it, I don't freaking know. But then again, I don't watch My Little Pony, so don't get at me. You're a complete failure as a soldier and an adventurer, so you must stay somewhere. What better place than to sleep on a farm in which you work? Today you were assigned to work with the middle sister of the three, Maud. She was your favorite one to work with. A static, expressionless face, is this Bella as a pony? This is Bella as a pony. No. It's like, girl. It's like, Belle, please. Like, are you supposed to be happy? Are you sad? Can you give us a legit expression? Because you look emotionless, and it scares me. A calming, monotone voice, and somehow she also did stand-up comedy on the side, which is very weird. You had a good chuckle on the days you worked alongside her. You did wonder what caused her to be this way. What was it, a life of a lot of nothing? Her life didn't rock as much as yours did, you could tell. Or it was just the influence of her parents rubbing off on her. Either way, you don't mind her personality at all. Of course. Her looks weren't half bad either. Are there a few typos in this? I feel like there were a few typos. Let's just hope the typos at least won't have to be like constant or anything, because, oh boy, that would be really, really bad. She wore a plain blue curve-hugging dress most of the time, and a pair of very old worn boots. You could just see the toned muscles of her abdomen through the dress, and it made you think of her quite a lot. Oh my gosh, y'all are wild! What was inside the boots, though, you'd never see, and would love nothing more than to rip them off her tough, stone-cold legs and hold what was inside. You know what I hope is inside? Some sort of treasure, like a key or something, who knows? You were adamant about doing one more thing for her, even if you got fired for it, tickling her so much her will of iron breaks, and a smile is forced out of her, You have a tendency to be a field copper around any ladies you see, and it's gotten you smacked, punched, or yelled at many times. Yikes! That's always fun. Now, where in Ponyville were you able to cop a feel of some feet or tickle a girl's senseless, excuse me. Regardless, those little feels of the breasts or head brushing across the butts of a minty green girl and a cream-colored girl, you sometimes get sentimental for those moments. But enough about the past. And instead, you need to focus on whatever chiz you're about to do because otherwise you getting out of here. I'm sorry. Just, you gotta go. You gotta go, sir. Today, you and her were to excavate, more of the cave full of magenta crystals, where an incident occurred between the pies and the apples. Two heartwarming too. Evidently, the pies and the apples weren't able to mix traditions well for the first time around. It was like Easterners trying to celebrate Christmas with Westerners back on your home planet. Damn. Okay, that's pretty funny. Heaving your red metal pickaxe over your head and exclaiming, "Smashing!" You pick the biggest crystal you could find and start chipping away at it. It's strange, whenever you do what you just did and say that, you somehow feel better able to mine. You somehow can't use that technique more than once every 5 minutes. Maud's always wondered where you got with this strange pickaxe, so you told her what you tell everyone. You distracted a dark cloud with 6 tentacles, the hell, and Everfree, while Pinky and her friends destroyed it before it entered Ponyville. You called dibs on the pickaxe it dropped. There's something more to the story than just what we're hearing, I feel like. But I don't freaking know. Who am I to know? Maud starts to sing in her most wonderful voice. Rocks, these are my rocks. Sentiments make me sentimental. Smooth and round asleep on the ground. Shades of brown and gray. What a beautiful song, you say to Maud. She looks over at you, as happy as Madalena Daisy Pie could possibly be. Or she could just be being polite. It's kind of hard to tell. Hard to tell? The heck, girl? Or dude? I don't freaking know. But I think something's about to be wilding up here. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Thank you, I wrote it myself, she says, continuing her work. She drops her pickaxe and cracks her knuckles, not breaking a single sweat or straining as she yanks a magenta crystal off the wall. Because let's lay around the utmost sexism. Excuse me. Yeah, that had to be done. Okay. But that wasn't even what you stammer. Flabbergasted at her amazing feat of physical strength despite working here for weeks now. Not even the most powerful pickaxe on planet Equus, namely yours, could strip such a heavy chunk off the wall, not even halfway mine through. You think you could stop wondering what the hell she's taking to lift things up, like without snapping her spine. She's just bolder than you are. Is that supposed to be a pun? Or is that badly spelled? Or is that supposed to be, a misspell? Something like if autocorrect decided to be a dick. Oh, y'all know that autocorrect can be the devil of all things. Jeez. Autocorrect, you're wowin'. Maud carries the enormous crystal over to the large minecart on the tracks, dumping it just as if finished, cracking one crystal not even half the size of hers off the wall. It takes quite a bit out of you to heft this stone onto the cart. You wipe your forehead in exhaustion while your stone-cold Scully gazes at her watch. It's lunchtime. We've filled the cart like Mom and Dad asked. You nod in agreement. Your stomach is sounding like a howl of a werewolf from the belly of hate. No, like a werewolf. Please, not the Twilight references. Not the Twilight jokes. Although, baby, okay, whatever. Go ahead and throw the Twilight references and jokes. I don't care. I mean, like I said, I literally cackled at somebody throwing a Twilight reference or a Twilight jab at Edward the number 2 engine. Because both him and Edward Cullen, they are old dudes. They are strong. Exactly. Yeah. That's funny. Really funny. However, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this. Attaching your pickaxe to your tool belt once again, stuff happens. You follow the second oldest pie sister to the little wooden house, the family of 6 or 5 if you count Pinky being gone. Share. Where the heck is Pinky? Upon stepping inside, Maud leaves her work boots on and begins to walk somewhere in the house. Maud, where are you off to? I thought we were going to the dining room. You try to say, but she's gone already. So you sit on a wooden chair, politely waiting for your host and coworker to return. It takes several minutes, but she returns into the living room where you now sit carrying a big picnic basket, along with a gray blanket in her arms. The day is warm. I thought we eat outside. Okay, that makes sense. You want a picnic. Congratulations. You want a freaking picnic? Oh my god. Let's get on. You nod your head, slightly surprised, as pies normally all eat together. That sounds nice. We're outside though, you question. She beckons to you with one finger. Follow me, I know a spot. You stand up and follow her close behind. Since Maud is a fast walker, her strong legs could carry her for many miles before needing a rest. As in, Maud is probably the very best case of Mary Sue's. Ugh. Unless she has a legit flaw or something, I'm not going to buy the fact that she probably is. The fact that, I'm not, other than that, I'm not going to buy the fact that she's just, that she's perfect just because the author said, just because the frickin' narrator says so. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. Before long, after taking many glances at her ass through her dress, she arrives at a shady and surprisingly grassy spot in the hill. Maud unpacks everything, laying out on the blanket, and takes out a few bowls of cloudy quartz, famously adamantite casseroles. Crunchy but very nutritious. I think you'd be better off with Lucky Charms or something. Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes, or Fruity Pebbles or something. Or Fruit Loops, who knows? You're better off with those. Screw the other things. You unwrap both of the bowls and try to hand one to her, but you stop for a second when you see what she's doing. She's taken off her boots in front of you. You try very hard not to do anything stupid. Just use the spoon as like a mirror just to check yourself. That'll distract yourself. Is something the matter, Anonymous? I freaking know she got the Anonymous. She inquires, but you shake your head and just hand her the food. Your eyes keep wandering to Maud's feet, which were evidently completely bare in those worn boots. As Maud eats, and you dive into your crunchy meal, you take the time to study them in detail. Her gray toes, they were slender, looking flexible, and were unpainted. There's nothing like the original look. From her toes, your eyes traveled down to both of her feet, noting that she had slightly smaller feet than you'd expected. They were very smooth, looking like stones you would find at the bottom of a river. Maud suddenly sits cross-legged, her left sole facing your leg, so you quickly note down the details of it. I think you should have been sitting crisscross applesauce. Does anybody remember that? I remember that. Does anybody remember that all those years ago? Like, the teachers would always tell you, sit crisscross applesauce. I remember that shiz, even when I was in kindergarten and that they used to tell us that. Man, getting nostalgia waves, though. Assuming it's just like the right, her soles are able to scrunch forward a good amount, though. Whilst the wind stretch, there would be no scars or blemishes to them. The arch was high, excuse me, and when pointed with the other arch would make a perfect hole to have a certain part of yours pressed in between. And, brought to you by, we need holy water now. You can smell her newly free fee from your position, but they don't smell at all like buskers or what you expect. They smell like earthy, like rocks. How fitting. It's nice seeing a quiet place. It makes me happy, Maud remarked. Oh, how come you aren't smiling then? Smiling as much as Maud can, of course, you respond. Maud turns to you. I just don't smile. That's just how I've lived. Never showing emotion. Wow. Look at that. And then, of course, they say that guys shouldn't be feeling emotions and stuff. They shouldn't be feeling all that crap. And then you wonder why. You hear all this hard stuff to where they actually, just those, just what society tells you when it comes to guys feeling emotions. It's sad, in my opinion. I don't want to go into details because then, like I said, it's going to be yet a war zone in the comment section. Last thing I would need right now. Knowing you aren't going to get a real reason for something out of a pie, sister, you learn not to question Pinky. You lay back on the blanket, deep in thought when an idea strikes you. I can make someone as static as you smile, you told her. It's foolproof. Unamused, Maud blows a bit of smooth purple hair off her forehead. They all say that. Uh-oh, I smell foot fetish coming. You can tell this won't be easy, but you don't tell her how you'll do it. And I mean what I say. I'll even make you laugh. Maud looks at you, locking eyes with yours. Then do it. You nod, stretching your fingers for the task ahead, and make sure your pocket feather is still there. You sit across from her on the blanket, marveling at the fact that you're going to get your hands on a beautiful pair of feet and grab them, setting them on your lap. No! Maud raises an eyebrow. You're going to do something with my feet? She asks. You don't respond and begin to trace figure eights on her right foot, using your index finger. You note down the rough, barely yielding skin on her soles, and the shiny layer of sweat, and an indication of her hard work today. Jeez, I don't need to hear that. TMI, I don't need to know. Y'all, TMI. You'll notice she isn't even cracking the slightest of smirks. So you take it up a notch, grabbing the back of the firm muscle foot being tickled and raking your fingers deeply into the bottom of her foot. This isn't working, Anonymous. Give up. This is weird, even for you, Maud says dryly. You think, hell no, to yourself, and start to scratch at her arches more aggressively. At best, her foot twitches a little. Your sharp eyes spot the little twitch in her foot make, and you attack her slick, glistening right foot more viciously, making sure you get from the tips of her toes down to her heels. Oh dear. She looks completely unfazed, yet her right foot is giving resistance now. It's pulling away a little into your hand. You smirk to yourself, reaching to your pocket and grabbing the feather. You keep it there just in case to begin to attack her free left foot with it. Go get your holy water, folks. Up and down, side to side, the bristles of the soft, flexible feather tease Maud's bare foot. Looking up, you see her lips seal tightly and her left foot curls up, creating many wrinkles in her sweaty pads. Don't need to know. Plenty of nooks and crannies for you to explore in your heart's desire, but the downside, her foot can't feel as much of it. You take your feather and begin to slide back and forth through each of Maud's toe spaces in her left foot. Okay. Oh dear. Not forgetting about her firm, unyielding right foot, you lock your fingers all between all of her toe spaces, leaving your palm into her sole. You feel complete and satisfied doing this, and a little horny. Jeez. Good God. You didn't realize how tight your trousers were. However, there's a duty you need to focus on, and that's to make Maud laugh. You remove her fingers from the toe spaces and scribble your fingers aggressively up and down her right sole, nails sliding very easily across the slick surface from the ball of the foot to the heel. All this is done when you try to push and pull your feather in between the curling toes of the left foot. This aggression is taking its toll on her poor feet. Because you can hear something from her. It's working! Her left foot pulls away from your grasp and tries to shield her right foot from your nerve-titillating attack, but that leaves her other sole helpless against your deft fingers. Oh boy, this is gonna get weird. You take the opportunity to use one hand to pull her toes backwards, stretching the skin on the bottom of her foot, as you drive your fingers into the sensitive flesh. This finally causes Maud to break into laughter, a beautiful, adorable grin spreading across her normally stoic face. All right, you got me. Enough. She pleads with you. However, you don't want to stop. You're having too much fun. And of course, you don't want to give up. While she's helplessly giggling at your attack, right foot trying to kick your hand away, you wrap your arm around both of her ankles and tease both of her feet with the feather, making long and slow and deliberate strokes in between the smooth, tough arches. Her giggles calm down, but the dam has already burst. She can't put on a stoic face again. She brushes her hair out of her face, a tear staining her cheek, and speaks up. Feet trying to wiggle away, but they're firmly trapped together. Stop! I said you win! You shake your head and continue to torment the defenseless feet under your arm. And this you need holy water for. Get your holy water, y'all. Go get your holy water, get some bleach, whatever. Oh, God. Oh, and maybe add in 2 shots of vodka. Yeah, might want to add that too. In case if you need some stuff to clear away what you might be imagining. In case if you want to unsee that ever so desperately. Maud finally kicks you free of your arms, crawling away from the blanket to keep her feet away from you. To her feet safe from you. Or away from you, who the hell. You can't have that. You pounce on her, quickly rolling her over to bend to her belly, and sit on her thighs, pushing her rapidly kicking feet to the ground, fingers scratching across both of the sweaty, blushing soles in front of you. She's pounding the ground in a ticklish defeat, begging you to stop. No more! I'll do anything! So you slow down the tickling in more of a firm, teasing-like motion on your objects of affection. Just so she could feel it, but not enough to destroy her ability to respond. Anything at all, Maud? If not, I'll just tickle you again, and I'll do it until you enjoy it. Oh, this is some weird torment. I'm calling the cops. Hello, number 1? Yes, I'd like to report a crime. Yes, of course, there's some serious torment going on. Can you stop it? Yes, thank you. Bye. Okay, you hear that? The cops are on their way, and they're coming right now. Maud pants, gasping for air, and then manages to muster up a response in between a few frustrated giggles. Yes, anything. Anonymous, just please let my feet go, she begs. Get off her thighs, and sit back, starting to take off your bottom layer of clothing. What are you doing? Maud asks you. Oh, God, no! You reach out and run a hands up and down of her pants, still sensitive from their torture earlier. You spread your legs slightly, removing your undergarments and revealing your hot, throbbing glance of her, not caring if you get fired or not. No! Stop! No! Excuse me. Oh, God, stop. I want your feet to give this a little bit of attention. Delicate, slow, and loving. Otherwise, more tickling, you say. Oh, God, no. Maud finally gets over her giggles, surprisingly complying with you, and setting her sweaty, blushing soles into your lap. With her trademark static tone, she simply says, "One time." You nod to her. Then begin and do your best. And so the soles of her feet position themselves on either side of your member, allowing it to feel how smooth, how firm, and how warm they really were. You let out a moan of such a heavenly feeling. Maud locks her eyes with you, her surprisingly agile feet moving up and down your cock, forcing it to leak on her arches and cover your bits in her sweat. Ew, do I need to? Ew, yo, that's nasty. Ew, ew. You clenched your teeth, trying to keep yourself coming so fast, but Maud is persevering. Persevering, excuse me. And it's not going to end the way that you hope. She uses her right foot on your dick, fitting it up between each of her 4 toe spaces, while the left set of toes rush up and down you smoothly. This causes you to spurt a bit of pee, and it lands on the balls of her feet. When she's done feeling your length all between all of her toes, she joins her feet together, beginning to massage your sensitive tip with only her big toes. The urge to unload is beginning to take over, but you resist for a bit longer. You need to enjoy this as long as possible. Maud's big toes leave you tip, and her toes glide up and down your shaft some more before they lower even further. Each of her 10 flexible toes are rubbing somewhere on your sack. You let out a groan, signifying you're rapidly approaching your orgasm. And in this case, oh God, this is going to get weird. The holy water. I hope you have it already. Or the bleach, or the vodka, who knows? While your eyes are still locked with hers, Maud blows you a kiss. Her face still has as expressionless as ever, and she brings her precious souls back up to your needy, throbbing member. Arches hugging it tightly, and yet your length fits perfectly between her feet. Her squeeze holds it in place as the twitch is hard. You can take no more of this, and grunt loudly, spurting an enormous load all over Maud's dexterous, warm, perfect feet, thrusting between her soles with every spurt. Your essence travels everywhere, from on the blanket to on the grass to all over Maud's strong toes. Kids, now you're gonna need to, you have a lot of laundry to do. Honestly, you got laundry to do. Maud makes sure to lovingly stroke your dick in between her blushing feet until you're all done coming, and then pulls off her feet off your softening cock. There, you unload it, she says as she rubs her soles together, feeling the warm fluid travel over every inch of her pads. Yeah, I did. Thanks. You stammer out. You'd never felt so satisfied in your life. You use the napkins Maud brought to clean yourself up. You're gonna have to put that in the washing machine, hon. Okay. And Maud wipes the semen-covered feet on the grass to get them clean. That's not gonna be enough. And that's I don't think that's good for the grass. And after the cleanup session, you redress yourself, your mind now clear as day, and Maud hides her beautiful feet once again in her boots. We should go. More work ahead of us, Maud says. You nod, helping her clean up the picnic and following her back to the house. By the time you got back, all of the Pie family were done with lunch and back to work. Limestone is going to be so mad. Whatever trouble you get into, this day certainly rocked. And, author's note, this isn't my first story. There's others on my Payspin, all in green text format. And in this case, I need to unsee that now. Oh, God. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.